Hey sneaker friends! So today I'm going to tell you about another Adidas shoe that has Boost in it. I took these to New York City. I didn't take them to New York. I took them to Washington, D.C. last week. I guess I wanted to be in New York. I took these to Washington, D.C. last week and I wore them for 2 days straight. I also used them to travel in. And I'm going to tell you all about it right after the intro. I bought the NMD R1 on Adidas.com. It was $140 and it is a men's model. I'm a women's size 7.5 and so my men's size is a 6. I do feel like it fits true to size. The upper is slightly baggy, but it's a casual wear shoe for me. The outsole on this shoe is about 3 millimeters thick and it's about a hardness of 60. I didn't find any issues with traction whatsoever. Even when it rained on the concrete and grass, it was totally fine. The midsole is the Boost material. Now it measures at a hardness of about 24. Again, Boost is hard to measure the hardness on because it is those little bubbles and it depends on where you use the tool and what part of the bubble. Now you'll notice it has the EVA plugs in it. And this plug, apparently, if you look at this picture from Cool Hunting from several years ago, this model is several years old. It is the first time I'm trying it. You'll see that these EVA plugs are put in, and I think they're primary for stability, right? To give you a little bit of stability in the Boost. Now, I wore the shoe all day long for 2 days straight, and doing as much walking I did about 7 miles per day walking around the city. My feet are probably gonna hurt no matter what. But the thing I noticed about the shoe was there was no bounce. Like the Ultra Boost has a squish and a bounce to it that's kind of fun. This shoe doesn't have it at all. It's comfortable, but I wouldn't say overly squishy or bouncy. Yeah, I would not wear this model again for more than a couple hours at a time. Definitely not walking through the city. If you look in the inside, you can see that the strobel, you can see right through it to the Boost. Now there's no sock liner or insole, so you're standing directly on the Boost. One other thing about this strobel is it is strobel stitched in the forefoot. You can see the stitching in this image. That I could feel when I wore thin socks with this model. So it was challenging to find a low enough sock to not show, but also not be too thin to where my feet were irritated by that stitch. The upper of this shoe is made of a few pieces. It's a thin mesh that has a bit of foam in it. This forefoot's one piece, the midfoot is another piece, and then the heel is actually broken into 2 pieces that are seamed on the sides. How the eye stay is integrated into this upper is quite interesting. You can feel a bump under there, but it's not hard or rigid or anything. You can also notice that the seam, you can barely feel it on the inside. Like I really love how they made this seam. That's just, when you can't feel it on the inside or it's not abrasive or rough at all, that's awesome. Yeah, so that pretty much covers it for the NMD. Oh, I did weigh them. The right weighed in at 223 grams, and the left weighed in at 226 grams for a total difference of 3 grams. Yeah, so the NMD does not feel soft and squishy like the Ultra Boost at all, but still a super easy shoe to throw on for a couple hours of wear. All right, let me know what you guys think. And the next Boost shoe I'm gonna try, which I'm fascinated between all the different Boosts and how they feel, is gonna be the Sub 2, and I also have a Parley Ultra Boost. So yeah, all right, you guys have an awesome day. See ya.